All right, welcome everyone. So happy that you are able to join today. We are here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'll let folks join, and as everyone is coming into the webinar today, just a big welcome from Indianapolis, Indiana. My name is Leslie Grishin. I am one of the Assistant Directors of International Admissions in the Office of International Affairs, and it is our pleasure to have you join us for our very last webinar of the fall semester, where we're going to have a chance to hear from two faculty in the Luddy School of Informatics, Computing and Engineering. So just a few housekeeping reminders before we kick off. We do have a comments box where we'd love to hear from you. Where are you listening in from? What are you hoping to study? And the most important piece, please drop any questions for our speakers in the chat. We are able to view those, and we'll be keeping an eye out for questions that will be asked during our Q&A session at the end. I'm going to pull up a few slides here to also share some information about how you can stay connected with us at IU Indianapolis. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to help answer questions after the call about our campus programs and how you can learn more about the application process. After the final slide, we'll have some ways where you can stay connected and email out and learn more about IU Indianapolis. So we are an R1 research university here in the capital city of Indianapolis, Indiana. IU Indianapolis offers more than 100 majors for students to choose from. And as a premier urban research campus, a very global campus as well, we're so happy to welcome more than 1,000 students from around the world to study in our programs. We actually have more than 100 countries represented at the moment, but I think I can actually say that's probably a higher number when you dig a little deeper and look at all of our students in our community. Despite our large university size, we actually have a small student to faculty ratio, on average about 13:1. That really allows students a chance to get connected with their faculty, build out their community, and their cohort. You can work closely with your cohort in your programs, whether that's working on a research project, getting involved in a student club, and more. Our location is a great advantage for students at IU Indianapolis. We are the capital city, the 15th largest city in the US, and located in the Midwest is a great advantage because we have easy access to most major cities around the country just from our international airport alone. That's only 10 minutes from our campus. We are an urban research campus, which means being right in the heart of downtown allows students to take classes in top academic programs in the morning, maybe work on a research project or an internship in the afternoon, and then in the evening, maybe take a 10-minute, 15-minute walk to go check out a Pacers game. If sports are what you're into, we have so many great choices here, and several other ways to check out our city's sports life, culture, and more. We are known for having top programs in several different areas, but today I'm so excited to hear more about our Luddy programs in particular. We really encourage our students to take part in an internship or a research project, and students even at the undergraduate level are able to do that from year one. Here's just a short list of some of the top companies that our students have been able to gain an internship with or find employment with after they've graduated. Many of these companies actually have headquarters or big offices here in our city, just really close to our campus as well. So it's a great connection as you're looking for that hands-on experience outside of the classroom. For undergraduate students, many are often asking about scholarship opportunities, and the International Office at IU Indy is proud to share out, all first-year undergraduate students are automatically considered for merit scholarships when they apply. The merit scholarships will be for, again, first-year undergraduate students starting in the fall semester, and they're based on your high school GPA. So the deadline to be considered for those scholarships will be February 15th. We also have something called the Honors College scholarships. Those are a little more competitive, meaning that there are some additional steps. Step one, though, is to apply and gain general admission to IU Indianapolis. Eligible students are then invited to apply for the Honors College scholarships, and those are a great opportunity because they can be up to full tuition for all 4 years. If you're hoping to learn more about how to apply to IU Indianapolis, especially as an undergraduate student, this is a short checklist of documents you would need to submit in that process. Of course, the application, we do accept the Common App, or you can apply directly to our website through Apply IU. There is an application fee. We would need your high school records, proof of English in most situations, and I'm happy to share that we are SAT optional, so we would not need your SAT scores to apply to IU Indianapolis. We have a couple of deadlines and important dates to remember if you are thinking about applying. December 15th is going to be our competitive honors college suggested date to apply. We want to make sure you have enough time to get all of your documents in, submit documents that you may need a little bit more time for, go through the admissions review steps, and receive your decision. And please remember, February 15th is our merit scholarship deadline for students starting in the fall. For any graduate students on the call, we do advise you to connect with the department to learn more program-specific questions. Admissions decisions are made at the department level first, so application requirements, deadlines, materials, and more. The departments are able to assist with those details, and my colleagues and I in the international office are here to support and then help with the immigration documents once you've been admitted. We would really love to hear from anyone on the call, though, to help share more specific information about your situation, your questions you may have, and help get you connected to the department. We know that a lot of those important questions and making that very big decision about where to study, for your degree, there's quite a bit of information and choice out there, so we are doing our best, and we want to make sure we can connect you to the wonderful team around campus here at IU Indianapolis to get that information to you. And speaking of, we do have two wonderful speakers here today. Lisa and Austin, thank you so very much for joining us. We're very grateful to everyone at the Luddy School here in Indianapolis for your time and for sharing the information. So with that, I'll be glad to pull up slides. Lisa, I think you were going first, correct? Oh, wonderful. So let me pull up your slides here, Lisa, and over to you. Welcome, and we're excited to hear from you today.
Good morning, everybody. So I am the Health Information Management Program. We also have a coding certificate that you do during the program. I actually trained in ICD-10 and trained people in it. I'm a subject matter expert in midterm, pathophysiology, epidemiology, infectious disease, and I even work for our state organization as the president-elect and sit on the KHEM board for HIMAC. I have actually found myself in health information management because when I was in school, I was looking for something that was comparable to nursing, but no blood, guts, or gore. I love science. Science was huge for me, and I was looking for a crucial role inside the medical field, but not touching people or working with that area. So with health information management, we work in those healthcare settings. We do the transition for accurate information, and we work with all the policies, procedures, guidelines, and we're actually an essential role when it comes to that protecting patient privacy and the quality of the healthcare that they're getting. With that, inside our program, one of the big things that we learn and that we teach people is about the privacies and securities and HIPAA. Now, HIPAA is here in the United States, but it's actually being practiced globally because with coding and with the medical records and stuff, it's required in the United States, but all of our care has started to happen outside the United States. So it's a big core that the global initiative has taken on. Now, the key courses inside our program, like I said, I am a science girl. I love science. So anatomy, pharmacology, patho, physiology, medterm, all of those are key cores. You end up with a bachelor's of science when it is done because of those cores. That being said, we do handle a lot of privacies and securities. So you'll learn SQL, you learn Microsoft Office, you'll learn Python. So if you decide you don't want to do the policies and procedures side, you could go into the technology side if that's something that's more up your alley. We also do coding. Now, with coding, we're talking about medical coding. So we're talking about taking those diseases and turning them into a number so that it can be global and it can be part of the World Health Organization. They're the ones who come up with those codes, and then we share them across the world. So if you've got breast cancer in Africa, it's the same number here in the United States. So I teach you how to transform those and work with those numbers. And of course, the policy, procedures, guidelines, quality assurance, all of those are key things for us because we go into the chief financial officer, the chief executive officers, we go to the operating officers, we take on those management roles and we take them on early. I have students that go into management directly out of school with the only experience being the practicum or internship that we put you on during school. With that being said, a lot of the positions that we go into the data analytics, the medical research analysts, privacy officers, clinical informatics specialists, medical billers, clinical system managers, medical coders is a big thing that we do globally. The biggest thing that we've taken on is consulting, because the reality is anybody who has an electronic record has to be able to know the ICD-10 globally. So we've taken on that key component as the medical coders and as the coding analysts to help in those areas globally. With that, we also help with implementation, reimbursement, even education. That's a huge area for us because we educate doctors and nurses on documentation and having it properly done. And we also help in the public education factors. Now, big things about our program, things that make us kind of different. For us, we actually have one of the longest HIM standing programs in the world. We celebrated our 75th anniversary this year. So we put swag on everything for 75 because we're one of the oldest programs IU has. We're pretty proud of that. We actually have the capability for you to complete it completely online, or you can do it completely on grounds, or you can do hybrid where you do both on grounds and online. We have a lot of students that come here and they choose to do hybrid because they actually get hired here into positions and while they're still in school with their first credentials. So we work with you on your visa in those areas and help make sure that it's the right visa for you to be able to do different positions if you choose to do that. You gain the real world experience while you're graduating and while you're working in those areas. And one of the big things that we're proud of is that if you choose to do our 4-year program, you might choose to apply and do an extra year and get your master's in health informatics. And that's half the price because it's charged half of it as undergraduate classes. Having that career experience before graduation makes a huge difference on what you choose to do and where you choose to go. I do tell students the hardest part about health information management is deciding what you want to be when you grow up, because we have so many jobs that you can choose from and so many areas you can go into. Now, with that, there are lots of areas that we get to do, but the biggest thing is most of it is remotely. So you can be in any country and still do that job remotely. We do offer summer courses at discount rates. We are KHM accredited, so you get to sit for your credential your last semester and you can go for your RHIA credential. If you pass it, you'll be one of 19,000 in the world that have this credential. Hence the reason we know you'll get hired. And that we give you huge networking possibilities. Every month we have speakers in the field that come and speak to our students so they can get that networking started and they can learn about those areas. And we also offer credit by prior learning. So if you've already got a credential, if you've got transfer credits, even the Google certificates and the Coursera courses, we offer that option for those credits. Our median salary, we're really proud of this. If you were talking during COVID, our students were starting out about 47 in coders and management. And as they found out that we were the one area that didn't buckle under the disease and under the pressure of everything, our pay started to jump. And this last year, my students' median average salary actually ended up at $90,000. It was higher than some of the master's degrees. So we were super excited about that because most of our students chose to go into the education area or the analytic area. Now, when I say education, like I said, most of it is education of doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, and hospitals. We do offer the certificate options. If you already start out with a degree because you chose to do it in high school and stuff, we offer a post-baccalaureate certificate that you can come here for. We have multiple schools that we work with in different areas that they come here after they finish their bachelor's, and it takes them about 27 credits, depending on what area they got their bachelor's degree in, for them to complete the post-bac and then sit for that credential we talked about. In order to sit for the RHIA, you have to finish a HIM program or a post-baccalaureate program, and we're only one of 13 in the world that offer this option. With it being KHM accredited and prior learning, it offers that option for us to wean down how many credits you need in order to do that. We offer the medical coding certificate. If you choose not to want to do a whole bachelor's program, if you choose to go into a different bachelor's program, we offer a medical coding certificate that you can do during that. And it's about 28 credits. It does have the sciences with it, but you can then sit for the coding credential and do medical coding from anywhere in the world also. All of those credits in the medical coding certificate also go toward your actual degree if you choose to finish up that degree. That foundational knowledge when it comes down to the areas, one thing I do want to point out is we do have math statistics that you do for this program. Now, I want to assure you, I'm not a huge math girl, but I can do the statistics because I did find that it's plug and play. As long as you know what numbers go where, the computer system actually does it for you. So I may not be able to balance a checkbook, but I can do statistics because the computer system actually works with me on that and helps me understand that better. If you guys have any questions on this area, please feel free to reach out to me. I would love to hear from anybody in this area. I actually enjoy this area a lot, and it gives a lot of open areas that you can go into and look into.
Wonderful. Lisa, thank you so very much. For everyone listening in, and hi, Cynthia, thanks for joining us from Nairobi. Please drop any questions in the chat. I've also linked to a little bit more about the program, and let us know what questions you have. And in the meantime, back to you, Austin. Thank you so much for your time as well. I'll pull your slides up on the screen now. Over to you.
Thank you, Leslie. Hello, everyone, and I'm glad to be here with you all. My name's Austin Stroud. I'm currently the interim program director of our undergrad data science program. Our regular director, Dr. Angela Murillo, is on sabbatical, but she will be returning in January to the role. But I'm excited to talk to you about data science because it's kind of one of the most dynamic, in-demand, and globally relevant fields you can enter. Our program's designed to prepare you not just for today's workforce, but also the future. And whether you're exploring study options in the US, comparing programs, or just curious about data science, I hope today helps give you kind of a clear picture of what we offer here. So let's start kind of with a big observation with data is everywhere, obviously. Every time someone streams a video, buys something online, uses a navigation app, or posts on social media, they're generating data in some capacity. So businesses, governments, hospitals, nonprofits, tech companies, research labs, they all rely on data to make decisions. So this means the world needs professionals who can understand data, spot patterns, make predictions, solve problems, and communicate insights clearly. And so that's exactly what our program in data science prepares you to do. And the part everyone wants to know, kind of the job outlook, these numbers are from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, but the median salary for data scientists in 2024 was just over 112,000. And it's obviously very competitive compared to a lot of fields. Even more importantly, though, the field is growing fast with 34% growth expected between 24 and 2034. For context, like the average job growth across all fields is around 3%. So this is a big area of growth and focus around the world. And for students, especially international students, this matters because it means opportunity, it means stability, and it means your skills will be in demand, not just here, but around the world. And so what makes our program stand out here? Our Bachelor of Science in Data Science prepares you to work with data at every stage of the data life cycle. Just like this visual shows, from collecting data, organizing it, cleaning it, analyzing it, visualizing it, applying to real world problems. You won't just learn the tools, you'll learn how to think critically about data, how to understand why decisions matter, and how to communicate that to others. And so our curriculum blends the technical and mathematical foundations, but also the ethical and social perspectives. And you also get some hands-on applied learning. And then because we're part of Luddy, just like Lisa's program, you benefit kind of from a strong network there, lots of interdisciplinary collaboration opportunities. In our undergraduate program, you can choose between two different specializations. We have information science as well as data science. The information science specialization, it explores more of the social ethical and organizational impact of data. Great if you're interested in people, society, policy, or qualitative approaches. The data science side is more technical and computational, focuses more on math, programming, and machine learning. But with both specializations, we'll teach you how to collect data, organize and describe it, analyze and model it, visualize trends, and interpret meaning in context. So no matter what path you choose, you'll be able to develop a very employable skill set with us. And just a little bit more about the specializations. Information science, again, focuses more on the societal impact of data work. The data science side is more technical, statistical, mathematical. Some of the, let's see, some of the selected courses of both specializations, like the foundations of data studies, data organization, data fluency, data curation and management, visualizing data, data and web mining. These things kind of introduce you to both the technical and conceptual aspects of data work. You'll learn how data moves across systems, how to clean messy data sets, how to present data visually, all things like that were very marketable. And just a few more selected specialized courses. Both paths allow you to tailor your studies based on your career goals. So some students want more computational classes, but others choose more human-centered classes. And then the analytical reasoning requirements, it kind of shows you the difference between the information science and the data science. And again, the data science is more technical, but you don't need to enter this major as a math expert. We'll support you in your development step by step. Many students who are nervous about it end up excelling, especially once you kind of learn in our hands-on applied environment. And I'm not math isn't my favorite thing either, but I love working with this stuff. So if I can do it, you can do it. And specific technical skills you'll learn across the program: databases, data analytics, PHP, JSON, Python. Python and SQL or SQL are especially central for data jobs. You'll learn multiple tools that'll have you ready to work in the real world, whatever path you choose. And this also talks about some of the minors and certificate options, which, sorry, the heading there kind of went wonky, it looks like. But the applied information sciences, it's great if you're interested in data through the lens of policy, governance, or management. The applied data science is more for if you want a strong foundation in analytics, programming, advanced topics like deep learning or cloud computing. And these can be added to any major at IU Indianapolis, or paired with the data science if you want a deeper specialization. And we do also, I don't have it on the slide, but like Lisa's program, we also have some accelerated options. So you can earn a master's degree and your bachelor's degree in 5 years. You can pair this with an applied data science master's or a master's in library and information science. Both good options that give you a lot of areas for growth in your career. And of course, the career services that we offer is definitely one of the biggest strengths here, using especially the whole IU network that you get connected with and coming here. And our Luddy Career Services team will help you search for jobs and internships, build a professional portfolio, connect with employers, prepare for interviews. They offer a lot of good career fairs and networking events. And because data science is relevant across industries, our students intern and work in pretty much every sector you can imagine: healthcare, finance, tech, logistics, public health, engineering, nonprofits. And some of the sample job titles that some of our graduates have had, again, I don't have it on the slide, but a few things like data analyst, data curator, information architect, research data analyst, even software developer. And this is my contact information. And as I said, I'm the interim director just this semester, but you can feel free to contact me at any time, and I can put you in contact with Angela Murillo even beyond this semester. But yeah, thank you. And I guess I just want to say again, data science is more than just a degree. It's kind of a gateway to meaningful work in a world that runs on data, especially now. And you have a lot of great options and career paths with this degree. And thank you.
Oh, wonderful, Austin. Thank you so very much. With that great information shared today about two of the programs within the Luddy School of Informatics, Computing, and Engineering, let's switch over now to the Q&A session. Please drop any questions you have for our speakers in the chat. I know I've seen a couple of messages. We have some folks on joining us from both Kenya and India. Let us know where you're listening in from and drop any questions for our speakers in the chat. And to kick things off, I would love to hear a little bit more and maybe ask about what made you choose this field. Do you have any particular classes you're enjoying teaching this semester? Can you tell us a little bit more about what your day-to-day looks like in the department?
Yeah, I could talk about mine. I like right now, a couple of the classes that I'm teaching are data curation, as well as a Python class specifically for information professionals. But I think one of the big things that I really like about this field and why I got into it is just being able to tell a story with the data is very appealing to me, and seeing things that are bringing things to life that other people may not be able to see easily. And a big thing with a lot of the skills that I've learned, especially the programming side of it with things like Python, is just making the life's easier for people, because we're improving like the efficiency of how things are done. And that's a big reason that I got into this. And my major field is library and information science, because I also am a lecturer in that. But even when I was a public library director, I mean, I use these skills a lot, like for strategic planning and budgeting and all kinds of things, analyzing like statistics from our programs. So definitely useful in any setting.
So mine is a lot different than Austin's, I'm not going to lie. I am a princess. I like not working nights, weekends, or holidays, and I like traveling on someone else's dime. So I get to travel the world and do my work from all sorts of areas that I'd never been to. I love travel, but I don't want to spend all my money doing it. So this gave me the option of the best of both worlds. I get to do the travel on someone else's dimes. I get to see the world, nights, weekends, and holidays off, so I can see it and enjoy it. And I still get to make a difference in healthcare. So I want to be able to give back into healthcare, but I also want to be able to enjoy everything I do. I'm actually older, so I've got grown kids that are married. I've got grandkids, and I want to be able to take them and show them the world. So this gives me that option.
Excellent. Thank you both for sharing what drew you into the field and a little bit more about your backgrounds. Really appreciated that. I see a question actually on our YouTube channel. Someone was listening in, and they were, I believe they are a high school student. And, you know, we, when my colleagues and I are traveling, we're meeting with students interested in undergraduate, master's, and sometimes PhD level programs. Specifically for high school students, though, listening, what advice would you give someone in their junior or senior year of high school preparing to apply and they're considering Luddy, how can they get ready? How can they stand out as an applicant? What should they be focusing on right now so they can be successful in their programs?
Well, I mean, I think a big thing is, you know, you've already put in the work. If you graduating high school, if your academics are good, I mean, that's definitely going to help your case to come here and get a lot of help for coming here. That will make things a lot easier. But once you actually get here, I think just taking advantage of the wide opportunities that the IU network offers. You know, we have so many great networking opportunities, career fairs like this. This academic year, I'm working with two freshman students in a research immersion program where they're helping me write a book basically, but they're getting this immersive experience so early on, and so um, we can help you prepare, you know, get to where you want to be. There's definitely going to be opportunities once you get here. And so I think just ensuring you stay on track with your academics now in your high school and finishing strong, that's important. But yeah, I think once you get here, you'll have a lot of room to grow and expand your skill set and stand out if you want to go for a PhD later or something.
Time management in our field and in my program, even time management is key. We actually work with you on different ways to build your schedule, to build out your study time, to build out even leisure time so that we can teach you how to have good time management skills. Because in most cases, we actually, by the time you graduate, we're trying to put you into a management position. So time management is key on being able to juggle all of those things and be able to be successful in this area.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I think good advice for most areas, really. Jumping over to something that you both brought up during your presentations, how can you use this degree? Could you please share a little bit more about any standout student experience or standout student stories? Maybe a great internship someone was able to find, or how they've been able to, you know, help with a research project, for example.
So with my program, people forget that just because we don't touch patients and stuff doesn't mean that we aren't involved in the patient care and stuff. And I had a student that when he went into a hospital, he was looking at all the data and found that they had an infectious disease problem. And it was nosocomial, meaning they were catching the disease inside the hospital. So he actually started doing research and he put into play at one of our local hospitals a system so that he could track how often the healthcare workers were washing their hands when they came into the room and left the room, and how often they were washing them outside the area because he had scanners on their badges and on their other persons. And when he found out that that was part of the area of weakness there, he actually put in a system that would continue to track them, but it was also teaching them how to better take care of those areas. And he brought the nosocomial number down significantly, enough that local hospitals that weren't even part of that system brought him in to start working with them to make sure that they could have the same system in play and that they could have the same kind of numbers and stuff, because it made such a huge difference inside the hospital.
Wow.
Well, since I'm in an interim role, I don't have as many stories as Lisa does to share. But I know we have like one really inspiring student that is he's from Sri Lanka, and he came here to study for his he ended up doing the applied masters in data science, but also he also became our first information science PhD student in our program here, and so he's continuing to grow and expand and build on what he had already learned in one of the programs here in Luddy, and very impressive with just learning new things and growing. And yeah, he's a cohort of one as our only student in the program right now. And so but he also got a lot of great opportunities teaching classes for us for undergrads and whatnot. And so just he's getting so many great experiences by being here and continuing on.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you both for sharing those stories. One of my favorite memories from last year was actually being able to attend the Luddy capstone project and hear what the students have been working on, hear the impact that they're making here in Indianapolis and across the world. It was really cool to hear a little bit more in depth about what they're able to do in their program. So lots of great opportunities for Luddy students for sure. Um, as we're kind of coming closer to the end of the session, maybe as we wrap up, feel free to drop any final questions in the chat, of course, but for everyone listening in. But Austin, Lisa, do you have any like final words of wisdom or any final thoughts for students thinking about IU Indy? Why should they apply to the Luddy programs at IU Indy?
I'm going to say that I've been the program director of this program and, of course, the certificates and stuff for 10 years. And I will say that Austin's program, my program, all of the ones inside Luddy are niche programs, which means you become part of the elite. It opens up so many more doors than a lot of the other areas because we are so unique and we are smaller programs. So you get a lot more one-on-one, you get a lot more hands-on, you get a lot more ability to be able to touch the ground and hit it running. You get the capability to almost write your own ticket. In a lot of cases, you can write your own ticket because you're so unique and so needed. So people do recognize that these are areas of weakness that we don't have enough people, and it gives us the option to make sure that you get that experience and you get the capability to go into your field without it ever being flooded, without it ever being an area that you have trouble getting into it or any of those things. It opens it up. And as Austin said, we're global. The programs inside Luddy are global programs, meaning if you choose to come to Indiana and love it, great, but you can do it anywhere in the world. So that gives you so many more options for you to decide, are you going to stay here? Are you going to go to a different place? Are you going to continue to travel and do different places? Because that's the benefit of being global. You don't have to be stuck in one area, and you get to move around inside your field. So you can make a decision, 3 years down the road that you're ready to jump into the next phase and do a different area. I can tell you in my years in the field of HIM, I actually added it up one time and I've had 19 different positions, and every single position I took a pay increase for, because I was looking for a new adventure. I was looking for something to challenge me. And that's a huge thing to be able to do that, because when you get into your job, you don't want it to be mundane and every day to day. You want to have the option to challenge yourself and continue to push yourself.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with everything Lisa said, and I would just add that I mean, there's a lot of exciting things coming and opportunities, and like I know the Luddy schools are the campus is adding like an AI minor, I believe, in the spring, and so you even have more opportunities to be kind of on the forefront of things with your learning, but also I mean the individual attention and the opportunities, like Lisa mentioned, because the um, it's a big city, but it feels like smaller, and that's definitely helpful to your growth, and you can pretty much get experience doing anything you want as much as you have the time for. You obviously don't want to overextend yourself, but just like the students I'm working with on this book right now, I mean, they're doing that on top of their classes, and one of them even has a job, and just so many great possibilities to come out of the program ready to hit the ground running. And our capstone, in particular, you can do a capstone or the internship, or you could do a thesis. But I know a lot of people choose the capstone and work one-on-one with a faculty mentor, and that's such a great opportunity, and gives you something to show off to employers that you did.
Mhm. Yeah. So hit the ground running. I think that's what I see Luddy students doing from their first semester onward, and to have the support from faculty like you both, and across the entire department and school while they're at IU Indianapolis and beyond, is something that I love to see, and support from the international office as well. So on that note, we'll wrap things up here today. Lisa, Austin, thank you both so very, very much for taking the time to share and present. For everyone listening in on the call today, we hope you'll stay connected with us. I've dropped the email in the chat, and ways to stay connected with the wonderful folks at Luddy. So we hope to hear from you. Stay connected and let us know how we can help you get to the next steps in your process to apply to IU Indianapolis. Hope to see you on campus soon. Take care, everyone. Thank you.